Tim Cook responds to FBI court order, says Apple will not assist in building a backdoor to the iPhone. Fresh Galaxy S7 and S7 Edge leaks give a clearer picture, point towards water-resistant devices. Myntra ditches the app-only strategy, brings back the mobile website. Snapdeal gets a fresh $200 million in a new round led by Ontario teachers' pension plan. And there's more to come, because it's Thursday, February 18th, and this is the Bulletin. And continuing with his company's strong stand against legal spying of phones and data, Apple CEO Tim Cook, in a letter titled A Message to Customer, has made it clear that the company won't be providing a backdoor entry to the Bernardino attacker's iPhone, as demanded by a court order. The U.S. District Court in LA, headed at the time by Magistrate Judge Sherry Pym, passed a ruling that Apple must provide reasonable technical assistance to the FBI in order to unlock data on Farouk's phone. Post a very unfortunate San Bernardino incident, the US government found an iPhone 5C belonging to Syed Rizwan Farouk, one of the attackers, and asked Apple to assist them in cracking the password-encrypted smartphone. And as Samsung's much-anticipated annual smartphone flagship unveiling extravaganza, the Unpacked event comes closer, we've got some fresh leaks from Samsung itself and the very trustworthy Evan Blass about both the S7 and the S7 Edge. The first one is a group of photos leaked by Evan Blass detailing the S7 Edge from almost every possible angle. The photograph, which you can see behind me right now, also displays a lot of color options within Edge. The second one comes from Samsung itself, which is a leaked video showcasing the water-resistant capabilities of the S7 Edge. The S7 Edge will also be capable of wireless charging as per the promo video which was invariably leaked on Samsung's website for Indonesia. And Myntra, the Flipkart-owned fashion-only e-commerce platform, is getting back to its website. And the company is launching its mobile website back, ditching its app-only strategy which it adopted last year amidst much pomp and show. Interestingly though, Myntra has proven its app-only move time and time again, citing roughly 2 times increase in its active monthly user base since its app-only move. And now, when the mobile website is fully operational, Myntra maintains its stance by stating that the decision has nothing to do with its revenues. Myntra expects to reach a GMV of $1 billion by March 2017, in addition to its profitability goals. The company has made cuts on its extensive discounts and supply chain costs and is also planning a US entry to reach those levels. Snapdeal parent company Jasper Infotech on Sunday announced closure of fresh $200 million funding round led by one of the world's largest pension funds, Ontario Teachers' Pension Plan, and investment entity brother Fortune Apparel, among others. The round brings Snapdeal's value close to $6.5 to $7 billion. That is a significant improvement over its previous valuation of $4.8 billion after a $500 million funding round led by Foxconn and Alibaba almost half a year ago. But again, considering how bigger investors are getting increasingly wary of Indian e-commerce companies' valuations, an increased valuation for a significantly lower amount might bring in more troubles than a better brand positioning. It'll be interesting to see how this pans out. Google on Wednesday announced a very interesting new service which it likes to call Gmailify. The new service will allow users of other mailing platforms, read that Yahoo, to use features that a Gmailer enjoys. This, in essence, is linking your non-Gmail account to Google's mailing services. The feature is still limited to Yahoo, Hotmail/Outlook.com, and is strictly opt-in, meaning you can separate your accounts whenever you want. The set of features that come in tow if you opt for Gmailification include Gmail spam protection, faster search and advanced search operators, appearing automatically in Google Now, travel and hotel reservations, and a host of others. FreeCharge Wallet, the digital wallet service launched by the Snapdeal-owned company 4 months ago, has crossed the 1 million transactions within just 4 months of its launch. The company is eyeing for 7 million transactions by the end of this year. And continuing more digital payment news, PayDemi has announced that it has completely eliminated transaction fees for businesses in consumer-to-merchant offline wallet transactions. The fees is incurred by merchants every time it processes an electronic transaction. It generally constitutes from 0.5 to 1.75%, depending on the payment services provider. Microsoft has announced the launch of its 4th Lumia, the Lumia 650. The device targeted at business consumers needing budget options is perhaps the last one to come out before the rumored Surface phone. And while you'd expect Microsoft to bring a decent device, at least now, the Redmond giant has disappointed the very few Lumia fanatics there are. This device though comes in an all-aluminum frame, but has a pretty basic configuration. A 5-inch HD OLED display, 8MP rear camera, a 5MP front-facing wide-angle camera, 16 gigs of storage, expandable up to 200 gigs via an SD card slot, 1 GB of RAM, and a removable 2000 mAh battery. Now, let's catch up with the startup activities from the past 3 days in a quickfire session. Video analytics service Viduli has acquired over-the-top content startup iCouch app. The acquisition will grant Viduli access to all of iCouch app's assets and intellectual properties. And creators of some insanely viral and literally game-changing web shows in India, The Viral Fever has received a massive $10 million, rupees 65.6 crores fresh backing from Tiger Global. The round though went unpublicized and came up in the company's recent ROC filings. GameZop, a smartphone gaming startup, has announced closing of a $350,000 deal in a seed funding round. This round was led by talent management firm Quan and Snapdeal Chief Product Officer Anand Chandrasekharan and others. Housejoy, the Amazon India-backed home services startup, has announced the acquisition of Aurobind, a startup that provides fitness trainers on demand at home. The acquisition, which is an all-equity deal, will give Housejoy, the trainers of Aurobind, the customer base and the technology, along with the entire team. Custom Made It, the bespoke products maker which received $250,000 angel round in June last year, has announced closure of a $4 million pre-Series A round. So that was all for today's episode. Stay tuned on the Bulletin and goodbye.